Now I will be taking a medical history of the patient using SAMPLE. SAMPLE stands for signs and symptoms, allergies, medications, past pertinent medical history, last oral intake, and events leading up to the injury. First, I will see what signs and symptoms there are. Alright, ma'am, so what's going on with your knee down here? How's it feeling?
It hurts.
It hurts. Does this hurt?
Yes.
Alright, so there's point tenderness and pain. It also appears that the knee's locking up. Next, I'll move on to A, which is allergies. What are you allergic to, ma'am?
Sulfa.
Sulfa? Alright, that's one allergy. And then now we will be moving on to medications. What medications do you take, ma'am?
Entyvio and Imuran.
Alright, do you take any vitamins or anything? Any
And
supplements?
multivitamins.
A multivitamin? Alright. Next, we'll move on to past pertinent medical history. Do you have any history with this knee, ma'am? Like anything that happened in your past that could affect it?
No.
No surgeries or anything?
No.
Alright, next we will be moving on to the last oral intake. When's the last time you had something to eat or drink, any kind of medication by mouth?
Last night.
Last night? What was that?
Imuran.
And did you have any water with it?
Yes.
You did? Okay. And then finally, what happened before you had this injury right here?
I was just walking and it caught.
Was there any kind of buckle or anything beforehand?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, so now I'll move the patient into the rescue position, which for a leg injury would be with their back propped up at nearly a 90-degree angle, but not quite. So I'll be using this right here as my prop. Alright. If you can move back for me, ma'am. There we go, that's good. Thank you. Next I'll be performing a physical examination on the patient using DOTS. DOTS stands for deformities, open wounds, tenderness, or swelling. I will begin at the head. There appears to be no deformities of the head, as well as no open wounds, as I do not see any blood or cerebrospinal fluid. There is also appears to be no tenderness. Does that hurt?
No.
There's no tenderness and there appears to be no swelling. Then I will move on to the neck area, where I will do the same thing while also looking for a medical alert necklace. There appears to be none. Then I will move on to the shoulders and work my ways down the arms. And when I get to the wrists, I will check for a medical alert bracelet. There appears to be none either. Then I will do the same thing on the chest, the stomach, the pelvis, and then the legs. And then when I get to the legs, I notice that there is swelling and a possible deformity on the left knee with point tenderness. Does that hurt?
Ow. Yes.
And then I will move further down the leg to make sure that that's the only injury. As I move further down the leg, I will also check the pedal pulse to make sure that there is blood flow going from the rest of the body to the foot. First, I will be conducting a primary assessment on a patient with a closed knee wound. First, I will check for scene safety. The scene appears to be safe. Then I will introduce myself to the patient and ask if I can help them. Hello, I'm Ethan. I'm trained in first aid. May I help you?
Yes.
Alright, so what happened?
I was walking and I fell and my knee popped.
So it hurts at your knee, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so then I will assess for any severe bleeding. First, I will check for the absence of any blood-soaked clothes or pooling blood, and there appears to be none. So then I will ask the patient, do you believe you're bleeding anywhere?
No.
Since there is no severe bleeding, I will then proceed to the next step. I will call 911 and move the patient into a comfortable position. Could you please lie down for me?